Nathan, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at a scenario where California forms an empire. Wow. I honestly can't believe I forgot about this series. I've done a lot of empire series, okay? This one kind of just got forgotten about after Florida. But today we are coming back to it to hopefully just finish off the series. And yes, it is obvious now I'm bringing back nearly all of the old series. I was like just testing it out with opening up toys, and yes, that definitely showing that everyone was wanting it back. I did Fixing Borders of Africa to see if that series was going to be brought back. Yes. So now you have to test whether the State Empire series will be brought back, or I feel will be fully ended. This is not being tested with the Empire series and the other Alternative Futures series. That's not going to work. This just wouldn't work, because those are the biggest series on this channel. We should have some more series and one I'm not too sure about. Anyway, California is going to declare war on Nevada. Probably the longest border of any state, in my opinion, other than maybe like Texas and New Mexico or Montana and Idaho, but this is definitely the longest state border looking at the map. Shortest state border would probably be Rhode Island. I think shortest state border would probably be Rhode Island down from Massachusetts. There we go. I really hope I got that right. Anyway, California doesn't need to be buffed. I mean, they're going to sweep through these countries. So Californian troops will enter into the plains of Nevada. In real life, I think if this happened, Nevada would be absolutely destroyed, even without California being buffed. California is one of the 4 states that will probably be absolutely fine independent. Texas, New York, and Florida are the others. But as we can see, Nevada has no chance. So Nevada will surrender. So let's take a look at the speech tree. Anyway, oh wow, that is a big country. California fully annexes all of Nevada, becoming most likely the 3rd or 2nd biggest state behind either Texas or in front of Texas, and behind Alaska, definitely behind Alaska. The next target will be Oregon. And Oregon, I would say, is stronger than Nevada, just by a little bit. They're not like capable of being their own country, but they're definitely stronger than Nevada. So Californian troops will enter through they will just enter through the country. Like, what I'm showing right now is what would happen in real life. These, states are not that strong. So, what's happening right now would definitely be what would happen in real life. I don't know what the capital of Oregon is, so I would say it'd be somewhere on the coast. So let's say California will focus a little bit on the coast. And they capture whatever the capital of Oregon is, please let me know. And after that, Oregon will surrender over to California. So let's take a look at this peace tree. So now looking at this, California is probably now the biggest state. And most of all these states over here are getting worried, other than Texas and maybe Michigan. But, well, Michigan's far away. The reason they're getting worried is because they are not strong enough to hold up against California. California is probably actually the strongest state. I was always thinking Texas is, but California economy is way bigger than Texas, as well as literally everything else, but I thought Texas was stronger, but honestly, I think California is the strongest state. Idaho is probably the strongest state around here now, in my opinion, except for Texas. But a lot of these state countries, they are really weak, especially like Utah, Colorado, Wyoming. I think I forgot the name of this one. New Mexico. Like, they don't have the population. Montana is probably one of the other strongest states, but they're going to form an alliance to stop the Californian expansion. This is going to be formed between this one, I think this is Arizona. So if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But Arizona Utah, Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, and surprisingly enough, North Dakota, I think. Yeah, that is North Dakota. Idaho and Washington, sadly, were not allowed to join. They probably would have wanted to join, but it was already confirmed that California had troops on their borders. And it was actually a plan of California to do a double invasion at once of these two. So both Idaho and Washington declared war on by California. I really need to learn the state locations, because I'm going to get myself in trouble one day if I say a state wrong. But anyway, Washington is going to get absolutely slapped. California troops just are, like, they're not even struggling. They are, but invading these countries are really not. They are able to invade these countries without really any pushback. We see a spearhead which cuts off Idaho from two parts of it. The panhandle part of Idaho will eventually collapse, leading to Idaho's full collapse, and Washington is just going to surrender. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So, yep, that is a blocky country. As it is obvious, California is basically the most. They would be a superpower in this timeline, but they want more. The Californian expansion pack is only going to get one new member, being New Mexico. Probably not a good pickup. But this is not good, because California wants to keep expanding, but as you can tell, they only have one way to go, and that's through the alliance. Now, this is not going to be any easy challenge. This is going to be a really tough one for California. With the strength of like New Mexico, Montana, Utah, Arizona, and others combined, it's not going to be that easy. I think they have the capability of doing it, but we'll have to see. So California will declare war on the entirety of this alliance, bringing them into a massive war. Like, this is almost half of the USA that is at war right now. Nobody other countries going to get involved. Texas is still going to get involved, but that would be hell if that led to a full-on USA war. So, time to watch California destroy all these states that barely exist. Arizona is going to be stomped into with over, like, just thousands upon thousands of troops. In this timeline, I wouldn't say timeline, but, like, California might focus on the border of Mexico, because that's probably the most populated areas of Arizona. But as we can see, this is just unfair for Arizona at this point. Arizona gets completely just destroyed by so many troops. And eventually, there will be troops arriving to put on a stalemate that won't last for long, but it will look something like this. Now, of course, this is not going to be a stalemate. California's still making amazing gains, but just hang on. Montana, the strongest country here, I think, and probably the biggest one, is going to be the one that California wants to wipe out immediately. But they are not. They are a big state. So California's troops are going to try and wipe this state out as quick as possible, as they are probably the main force of this alliance. And they do that with like a good amount of their troops to wipe out Montana. I don't even know. I'm sorry, I really don't know about these states. Like, the smaller ones, I don't know really much about. But the bigger ones, like California, Texas, Florida, New York, I know tons about them. Long Island, yes, that's one I know about. Anyway, nearly about half well, not really half Montana, but nearly half Montana is taken over. California will send troops down into Utah to wipe out this state. And as you can tell, that is three fronts California is fighting. They would send some into Wyoming, but Wyoming doesn't even exist, so what's the need? The first state to capitulate will be Arizona, as California will be able to get through the country with ease as it's beginning to collapse. And the entirety of the Californian defensive practice told to leave Arizona to collapse. This will be leading to another state's collapse, as this will now have California have access to invade Utah from another direction, which had no troops in, because Utah didn't think that this Arizona would collapse that quick. So Utah is now getting completely destroyed on two fronts. That's not good, especially if this is Utah, and Germany got destroyed on two fronts as well. So Utah will get split into two and will just surrender, knowing that this war's not going to be able to be won. And now we have just like more of the eastern states left. We have troops entering to Wyoming, just more of the fact just going through plains, as the Wyoming army is absolutely just rubbish. The main reason they're going through Wyoming with this much force is because they want to exit out through Wyoming into Montana to wipe them out. And also maybe North Dakota, but they don't have any interest. So California will basically wipe out Wyoming from this war completely. And now this is not good, because as we can see, Colorado, New Mexico, and Wyoming now split off from Montana. Montana and North Dakota will put up a pretty good defensive, but this won't last at all. As California troops are now exiting through literally everywhere. The collapse of Montana is going to be a very quick and painful one. Painless. And eventually Montana will surrender. That's out. And North Dakota, to protect their country and their people, will sign peace with California. And looks like the alliance is starting to collapse. Wyoming will surrender because they see no more point in fighting this war. Colorado will just explode. And New Mexico, the final one, will also surrender because there's no way they're winning this war. So California just speed up all these states. Let's take a look at this peace treaty. And California just, wow. So California's taking a chunk out of basically all the states that were in this war, other than North Dakota. Montana was screwed over, same with Wyoming, Colorado, and New Mexico. Arizona and Utah don't even exist anymore, as California just ate them up. And we can see this alliance still exists, but it's useless. North Dakota didn't leave the alliance, they just left the war. So we see a union take place between the countries that were in this war that survived, but there's no way they're surviving. There's no way they have the economy anymore to even survive. Like, I bet they didn't have the economy at the start to survive. So all of them will unite, except for North Dakota, because North Dakota just doesn't see any point. Montana is probably the most screwed over and doesn't even exist anymore. So they will unite, and after that they will disband this alliance fully. Just there's no point. And now we have this horrendous country, but that's gonna have to be it for this video. California would most likely just annex this country and then be done, because at this point they are right on a point of collapsing. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.